What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. In this video I wanted to just do a short one, and this is 3 accessories for your bike which are absolutely essential for town or city riding. Now, I've been doing a lot of this over this summer and just coming into autumn. Things have slowed down a little bit because of the weather, but in general this bike has been into town a lot, and these are 3 things which I've thought definitely can't do without these anymore, so they have to come with me every time I'm out on my bike. So they're probably going to be quite obvious ones, but I just thought I'd share this anyway, just because it's quite useful information for people that might just be getting into this kind of riding, like commuting and urban cycling. So let's go through them. There's 3 in total, like I've already mentioned. First one is a bell. Now, this is invaluable now to me, basically. When you're sharing footpaths with pedestrians, which there are in certain places in my town, spaces where bikes and pedestrians can share, you absolutely have to have a bell. People cannot hear you coming from behind, and in this day and age as well, there's so many people that wear headphones when they're walking around, which is no criticism, but they're not going to be able to hear your bike alone, and I really don't like shouting people for attention. So this is just a great way of doing it. Obviously, this is the whole reason it's invented. But yeah, I've been out even on cycle paths now without a bell, and it's absolutely horrendous because people just can't hear you coming, so you have to shout. So yeah, a bell is a really good way of dealing with that, so I highly recommend you get one. They're really cheap and they'll go pretty much onto any bike frame, handlebars, anywhere. There'll be somewhere you can attach it, and yeah, it's very, very useful. So straight up next to it, you can see here the lights. Now, front and rear light, actually found that rear one on a cycle path, and it's really, really good. I've just got this cat eye one for the front. It's okay, but it's obviously a lot better than nothing. This is more like a light for people to see you rather than you being able to see. Some of the headlights you can get for bikes now are absolutely insane how bright they are. This one's pretty chilled, but the good thing about these ones is that they slide off. So when you're in town and you lock your bike up, you can just take your lights off and put them in your pocket, and then they're not going to get robbed. And believe me, they do get robbed. And then it just clips back in like that. So definitely get some lights which are easy to remove. Most of them are these days, just for that reason. So yeah, bike lights, absolute must. Sometimes you go out into town, all of a sudden you're there 3, 4, 5 hours and it's dark, and you do not want to be cycling home with no lights. And in fact, I think you probably could get pulled over by the police if you're caught doing so. So definitely have to have some lights. Safety first when you're on a bike. Now, the third and final thing, another obvious one, but it's a bike lock. Now, this is my Kryptonite D-lock, and it's all personal choice which one you go for, really. But I've got this one which came with this cable as well, which is super handy, especially considering as my front wheel is a quick release. So I'll just quickly demonstrate what I usually do if you get a good bike lock, where you've got the kind of arch with the 2 crossbars. You usually have a low one and a high one. What you can do with this is go round the frame, round the bottom crossbar, and you can actually get that cable through both your wheels and onto this. So it's really, really good in that respect. It's just the right length to be able to do that, so it just adds that little bit of extra security. I mean, obviously, if someone's going to rob your bike and they've got all power tools and everything, they're going to nip through that pretty easily. But for petty thieves, people that can just quickly undo a quick release wheel and run off with it, that's going to help stop that. So highly recommend that lock. I think it only cost about £38. And I live in a fairly nice city. It's quite small, but so far so good. No problems with my bike getting pinched, obviously. So yeah, I highly recommend that lock as well. And one thing that was on my bike before was a little clamp that could go onto. You can see here, there's like a little clip that you can put on it, and it slides into it. Now, that broke very easily. It kept popping out on the connection, so I've ended up taking that off. And what I do instead now is the same as what my friend does with his pannier, and that's 1 bungee cable, and you just slide it under there, and honestly, you get no rattles. I was very surprised at that. I was a bit, the jury was out for me when he was doing that with his lock. He never used the attachment like I did, but as soon as I tried it, yeah, to be fair, it holds it down perfectly. So that's where I put my lock now. So there we go, there's 3 things, a very quick little video, but if you are thinking of town riding, urban riding, or commuting, I think those 3 are absolutely essential. If you've got any more of your own, leave them in the comments below. I think helmet will probably get a shout out. Obviously, it's all about personal choice with that as well. But yeah, a lot of you will want to wear helmets too, which is all good. So yeah, leave any below that you think might be useful that I've missed off this list. But that's it for this video, guys. So thanks for joining me, and I'll be back with more bike content very soon.